cancellation. What's up, bros? Welcome to a new segment I'd like to call Current Events. In today's segment, we are going to be talking about everybody's favorite topic,
the coronavirus.
The coronavirus.
Yes, the coronavirus.
And the main thing we're going to be talking about today is the coronavirus.
This coronavirus, John, it's making people anxious.
In fact, the outbreak has already had a major impact on virtually every aspect of society.
A lot of it has to do with the coronavirus.
The coronavirus?
It's been a scary time.
Se llama coronavirus, se originó en China.
The United States is now dealing with its own outbreak of the coronavirus.
The coronavirus outbreak.
It looks like this.
Yes, my friends, the situation with Corona is really starting to get bad, and it's starting to affect us where it hurts more. Our wallet. Yesterday in particular, I had a very unique day as I had something that has never happened in my 10-year DJ career. I had 5 event cancellations. Actually, I should more or less say postponements. So in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about how to go about this coronavirus pandemic, how to go about rescheduling people's events, and I'll also be sharing with you guys my opinion on the entire subject. And I'd also love to hear what you guys have to say down in the comments below. The biggest question that you guys have been sending me in the last few days, and the biggest question that I've seen on DJ forums, is how do we approach this coronavirus and all the event cancellations that are following the pandemic? And it's a very touchy subject because you don't want to be that asshole. You don't want to be that dick that's like, you're not getting your money back. But we are also in an industry where we are very reliant on that deposit. If you're a full-time DJ, you guys know how scary it is to depend on your whole week's income on potentially one night, that usually being Saturday night. The way I usually work is I have a contract that says the deposit is non-refundable, and that contract is also not valid unless I get a security deposit. When I get that deposit essentially locks in the bride and groom, the couple, for that date, and with that deposit and the signed contract, they are essentially agreeing to all the terms within those contracts. So a lot of you guys are asking me, should we be refunding couples? And my straight up answer to that is no. Deposits are designed as safety nets in case we fall into a situation like this one. However, in this situation, as a courtesy to your clients, I think that it is crucial that you work with your clients on rescheduling their dates. Right now, I'm letting all my couples reschedule their date within a year out. So let's say their date was March 2020, they have up until March 2021 to reschedule their date. As long as they meet that requirement, they are absolutely fine. They won't lose their deposit. Now, I'm personally lucky because I work in the wedding industry. 99% of my events are weddings, and all the events that I've had canceled so far have all been weddings. And there's a bit of security in that, in the fact that most people are still going to get married. You might have a couple of brides and grooms who might second guess and say, oh, this might be the sign that I was waiting for, let me bail out. But I think in most situations, most brides and grooms are just going to be postponing, so it's not going to be a straight up cancellation. So if you're a wedding DJ, you should be good in the sense that most people are just going to postpone their event. Now, if you're doing other special events such as birthdays, school parties, corporate events, you might be screwed. Chances are they're going to be postponed indefinitely. You should just go ahead and pocket that deposit and just never look back, just because you are going to take a hit too. I'd actually like to hear how you guys personally work, but I know a lot of companies use that deposit as working capital for their business, which basically means they go ahead and they spend a deposit. And I also know some companies that take that deposit and put it in a savings account and basically never touch that money until the event actually arrives. Last year, I actually had a situation where I had to refund a deposit, and not actually had to refund it. It was just in good human nature to refund a deposit because a few days prior to the event, the client's house burnt down, and you don't want to be that asshole, so I just went ahead and just totally refunded them, no problem. However, there's a huge issue when you're dealing with mass cancellations, and this could potentially be detrimental to mostly multi-app companies, because imagine if you had 20, 30, 50 event cancellations and you have to refund all that. That could potentially put you out of business because you might not have that working capital to give everybody their deposit back. I myself only currently have 5. That's something that I can still work with, but it would definitely put a strain on my finances if I had to refund, I would say 10 or 15. More or less, if this goes into May, I am in trouble, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are in trouble as well, because May is the start of wedding season, and if this coronavirus thing continues into May, we are going to be in trouble. Now, that's only the case if you're dealing with cancellations. I myself in particular am not so much dealing with cancellations as much as I am more dealing with postponements. Now, if you're a multi-op, no problem. You might just have to shuffle a couple of DJs around. DJs might not be available for that date, but I'm sure your clients are going to understand if the DJ is no longer available for the new date. Now, it does get a little bit more tricky if you're a solo op. I myself have about 90 weddings on the calendar for this year. The dates that I have available are going to be very limited, so I might end up losing that event. This is where it's crucial. If you are a solo op, please call in favors, talk with all your friends, and be in constant contact with your clients. Now, a lot of our clients, I will say, are going to be at the mercy of the venue, which is why you might see this year an upsurge of Thursday and Sunday weddings, because that's what most venues are generally going to have open. It's going to be very hard to move a Saturday in March to a Saturday in October, which is what a lot of couples were texting me. They were like, oh, you know what? We're going to postpone until the fall. And in my head, I know fall is the busiest time of year for weddings, especially here in Jersey. So in my head, I'm just like, good luck with that. So what we're going to see, in my opinion, is an upsurge of Thursdays and Sunday weddings, because the venues are going to say, hey, we don't have any dates available. You have to do this within a year. Otherwise, we are not going to honor your contract. So couples are going to be in a tight spot. So get ready for an avalanche of Sunday, Thursdays, and even Friday weddings, just depending on where the venue can accommodate their client. In the meantime, my advice to you is to get in contact with all your events within 30 days. So from now up until April, and just let them know what's going on. Make them feel comfortable. Try to be understanding from their point of view. They had their heart set on that one date. They were ready to get married. It's a big point in their lives. And for it to just be canceled is, you know, such a bummer. So you have to be very understanding with that. Just let your clients know that they're in good hands with you, and that you're going to do your best to absolutely accommodate any changes, any postponements that might occur because of the situation. You should also be working very closely so that you can try to manipulate the dates with them. Let them know what dates you're available. Yesterday, I had a client ask me if I was available August 1st. I told her I wasn't. I was available the following week, and she was like, okay, we're going to push for that following week so you can still be our DJ. And also be sure to advise any of your clients who are saying the show must go on. It's very expensive to get married, so it might behoove the clients to actually postpone their dates, because what's going to happen is the venue is still going to charge them per person. Here in New Jersey, it's very common to charge per person per plate, and if they decide to still go ahead with their event, what they're going to notice is a drop in attendance. A lot of people who are RSVP yes might end up bailing on their wedding, especially some of the older folks, their grandparents. So it might behoove most of your clients to just postpone, because if they go on as planned, they might end up losing a ton of money, and the night that they had envisioned with all their friends and family members there might not actually come to life. From a DJ perspective, if they have a drop off on guests, on attendance, it is going to make for a tough night for you, the DJ, which means it's going to be really hard to get people up and dancing when people are worried about touching each other and potentially dying. So it's going to make getting people up on the dance floor a little bit more challenging, especially if nobody shows up. So just bear that in mind. Now, the next few weeks are going to be difficult, especially if you're a full-time DJ like myself, where you depend on that income from the weekend. It's gonna suck. However, don't be completely pessimistic, because in turn, you are going to see a surge in events. Like I mentioned earlier, what's gonna happen is DJs are going to get shuffled around, which could potentially be good for you. If somebody is really booked, they're gonna call their friends and say, hey, can you cover this date for me? I'm not available, so I need somebody to cover it. So on the upside of things, you might have a fuller summer, fall, and winter calendar, as opposed to your spring being a little bit dead. So you're gonna see a lot of reshuffling of things. So in the meantime, I'm gonna to be making videos here for YouTube and hopefully try to generate some more income. I'm also going to take this opportunity to do maintenance on my gear, which is something I recommend you guys do. So that way when you do get that surge back in the summer, that you're ready to go. And also simple things as actually going ahead and cleaning my gear, which I know is something that we as DJs neglect. Lastly, guys, as a courtesy to your clients, I think it is very important that you treat the coronavirus a little bit seriously. I know it's fun to look at the memes and, you know, crack jokes and all that stuff, but you should also not be so dismissive of it, because it is a real thing. It actually is killing people, and something that is killing people is nothing to be taken lightly. So in the meantime, just stay safe. If you don't have to travel, don't travel. I know a lot of my DJ friends are headed to Mobile B. I would probably say don't do it. Just as a courtesy to your clients, whenever they're ready to have their event, it's important that you're also healthy as well. During this time, you still want to maintain some sort of level of professionalism, which means maybe you shouldn't be sharing the memes that clients may see, just because, keep in mind, if it was somebody's wedding and they had to cancel it because of the coronavirus, it might not be serious to you, but it's very serious to them, because this was a big day for them. So just be understanding of your clients. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I know this is a crazy situation. I've never seen anything like this. It is insane. I am off for the next month, so if you need a DJ, call me up right now. Actually, no, don't ever call me. Text me up right now. Send me an email. Let me know that you got work for me, because I will work for food. Please leave your opinions down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And until next time, bros, stay healthy. See you guys soon.